Absolutely, because I don't think you've properly understood what I'm saying.
Well, you need to move then that the Speaker be recalled.
I move that the Speaker be recalled.
The question is that the Speaker be recalled. Those of that opinion will say aye. To the contrary, no. The noes have it. I'm calling the Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Chairman, I just want to make a brief intervention to respond to a couple of points that members have raised. Mr Twyford challenged the government on the use of national policy statements and national environment standards. I would point out to that member that this government has achieved 7 of those as compared to just 2 under the previous 9 years. This government has made more extensive use of NPSs than NESs than any other government. Second point I wish to make is that Mr Robertson made the claim about the process. Actually, this is a 300-page bill. There's only one SOP in my name. It makes no policy changes. It simply addresses some of the... Well, the member, I'll give a reminder of the member. He may remember in the dying days of the previous government, they introduced a 900-page SOP under urgency on the emissions trading scheme bill that it passed through all stages. Actually, this has been a very thorough process. Can I quickly deal with the issues of Section 360D? One of the difficulties is that the RMA is so wide that Council see it as a mandate to be able to, for instance, overrule the Parliament's decision around what's an earthquake-prone building. This Parliament decided it was 34% of new building standards. Some councils say, well, we don't agree with that, and we're going to use the RMA to set a higher standard. I've got other councils that don't agree with the 5-star insulation standards and want to overrule that. I've got other councils that are using the RMA to get into the areas of fisheries regulations, making different decisions around telecommunications. And so what the 360D power actually does what I think is absolutely essential to this reform, and that is that we avoid duplication with other acts of Parliament and being able to use Section 360D to be able to pass regulations to ensure that those issues are not re-litigated, either in plans or in consent conditions, is actually at the core of what we want to achieve with this legislation. Good quality environmental regulation, but not duplicating other areas, and that is why that provision is included in the bill.
The time has come for me to leave the chair for the dinner break. Members, this debate is interrupted and I shall resume the chair at 7:30.